All right, Shalom with the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Hannah. Let us check if we're live online.
Come on, sir.
2 seconds. We are on Facebook as well. Okay, so the ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street. We have classes at 394 Large Road, B18 5PW every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Also online Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Also on the Ends podcast as well, which apparently, Raoban, did you know that On the Ends ain't a podcast? Cool. I found out last week that if it's live, it's not a podcast. I had no idea. I don't want to even call it anymore. We have a show every Friday, 7 to 9. But I don't know what to call it. It's not a podcast no more. Who knows? It's a live show.
Radio show?
Yeah, it's not really radio though, because it's visual.
Cool.
I don't know what it is, but I just found out last week it's not a podcast, it's live. So I don't even know. So again, any scriptures, anything you want broken down, just ask me, put your hand up as teacher. If you're online, say Salakia, type them in on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope. I will answer your questions. Any question in the class or online, just let me know.
Come on, so it's like I had a question, or sort of just a breakdown.
One second. 2 seconds, Alban.
Come on.
Who's the first? A bit cold, man. Get some more seats on. Sorry, the fire. Put some more seats on that side. Yeah. All right, one. If you ask your question, Raoban, Slack, yeah.
Come on, sir. So this week at camp, I'm going to bring out, the new Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
Black people talk about. I'm going to bring out how obviously Black Hispanics, Civilians, we are not the Africans. A lot of people like to kind of link to Africa, but obviously we're not Africans. I wanted to find the part in the Bible where it speaks where we fleeing from the Romans, we ran into Egypt. Is that in verse? Is that in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1 to 6?
Revelation 12 and 1. Let me get it. Is that the woman that fled to the wilderness to be nourished for time and time?
Car.
Let me see. "12 and 6, yeah?
Come on, sir. 12 and...
I can't answer it. I have to ask Captain Prussia or Captain Meshach. I wouldn't be too sure. So, where are you taking the breakdown with the whole Wakanda for everything?
Just how a lot of black people are talking about the Black Panther in the movies and saying it's great black representation, but it's not representing us. It's not representing our people. It's not we are different from Africans, and we're going into the Bible where it says that we don't descend from Africa and we're different people. So for example, Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7, where Most High put a curse on the Egyptians, and he said he'll put difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
And that's where you want to go with it. Read that scripture for me. Exodus 11 and 7, is it?
Come on, sir. Book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. "But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel."
And that's where you want to go with it. You want to bring it right there. So when you're on the streets and everyone talking about Wakanda, you want to say, listen, we're not even African. Egyptians are a race in Africa, and the Lord said that we are different from them. The Lord said we're a different nation than them. The Lord said I'll put a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites. That's where you want to take it. right there. And plus, Wakanda also is offensive. If anyone watch Black Watch, Commander, you haven't saying how Wakanda, whatever, is rude to black people, man. Imagine black people are own the whole earth, or own all the gold and everything. It's like tell you why, don't put it that the heat air in the black socket. That one melts. People are all right, most on guys. You know what I mean? Black people, we owed everything. We owed gold and 400 years of slavery. And all you're gonna do is give us a movie, and that should shut us up. And the movie got every black man forgetting about slavery, forgetting about police brutality, forgetting about the hardship we're going through, forgetting about the struggles we're going through. Why? Because we got a predominantly black cast in a movie, man. A predominantly box office cast in a movie. That should not make us forget. That's like they've given up, they pacified us, but just giving us a movie, and we're supposed to forget about all the hardship, all the hard times. Nah, man. That's how it's supposed to go. And plus, we think that we're getting all the credit. We're not, because Wakanda is a mythological place in Africa, right. And that's not even our heritage, man. The Ethiopians, they can be proud. The Ghanaians, they can be proud. The Egyptians, they can be proud, but we can't be, because that's not us. Last week, Robert, you remember last week? Last week we were doing camp, man, and the cinema was full of everyone. Everyone was the line right. outside the cinema in Brixton, and people was watching Wakanda Forever in African garments. I saw black men come in Rasta garments. I saw real Africans in Rasta garments eating popcorn, man, in their African garments. And all it is just a movie, man. Right. But everyone felt so proud that there's a black cast, and we finally made it. When we ain't made it, man. As long as the drugs in our neighborhoods, we ain't made it, man. As long as black men are leaving black women, we ain't made it, man. No 20 million. I think it was 200 million. No 200 million box office can fix the damage in the black community, man. Rather than Kanye West said he's a Jew and they shut him down. Right. What we need is to be able to say that we're Jews and no one shuts us down. What we need is drug-free communities. What we need is black love, man. Not no 200 million box office and then we're suffice. That they shouldn't be like that, man. So that's what we want to bring it anyway. So read that scripture again, Alban.
Exodus 11 verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
And this is key. The Lord said against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. And this is why the Lord did this. The Lord made not a dog move his tongue against us. Read that.
Against man or beast.
Against man or beast. Against any of us or even our animals. Read that.
That ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
And there's a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites, man. There's a big difference. Just we might share the same complexion, but we're not the same people. When Joseph went into Egypt, Joseph was an Egyptian. Right. But when his brothers come to see him, they couldn't recognize him, man. Which means what? Joseph was not no white man dwelling amongst black people. Joseph wasn't no white man dwelling amongst Egyptians. Why Joseph had to be brown also if his brothers couldn't recognize him around Egyptians. So, and it shows what? Just because you share the same complexion does not make you the same people. The Japanese and the Chinese people share the same features, share the same complexion, but they're not the same people. The Pakistani man and the Bengali man look similar, but they're not the same people, man. You know what I mean? Customs and culture and blood, DNA, that makes you a race of people, not just how you look like, man. There's 50 countries in Africa, I think 52, and each of them are divided by borders and languages and different customs. What the Ghanaians do, the Ethiopians don't do. What the Somalians do, the Eritreans don't do. They're different customs, different land masses. And here we, lost, don't know who we are, call ourselves the whole continent. You know what I mean? An African man don't say I'm African. He says I'm Nigerian, I'm from Chad, I'm from this. And there's us, lost, I'm African, the whole continent. When Europe also is a continent, and if you ask a Frenchman, so where you from? He don't say I'm European. So I'm French, I'm Spanish, I'm from Czech. But because we're lost, we say that we're the whole continent. And the oppressor loves that, man. He loves it. You know how silly we look? We're the whole continent, a whole continent full of different people. We want to be the whole thing. When the people that live there, they don't call themselves African. They know that, listen, I'm Egyptian. I ain't the same as an Eritrean. Listen, I'm Ethiopian. I ain't the same as a man from Congo. But we want to be the whole damn thing. And they give us a movie like Wakanda to shut us up. And we're happy. We're actually proud. We're actually proud just to, get a movie where a black man's a star. And that's it, man. Let me tell you something. In this Bible, black people are the only stars, man. In this Bible, the man called Jesus Christ was the biggest star, bigger than the Black Panther, man. And this is the book you should be reading if you want black people to win, man. If you want to see black people on top, no problem. You got to get in this Bible, man. Anything else you want to bring up, Raul, man?
So You think I should go into? I wanted to bring out obviously the definition of Ham, or like Ham in the Bible dictionary, where it says he's the progenitor of the dark races, and not the Negroes.
Well, you got the Bible dictionary on you.
Come on.
Go and read that. So read Ham. So for everyone that don't know, Ham is the father of the Africans, according to the Bible dictionary. Even the scholars themselves know who Ham is. Ham is the father of the Africans. You have Ham, Shem, and Japheth, Noah's 3 sons. And Ham is a son that Africans come from. It's in Bible history. It's in archaeology, history. Read that for me, please.
Come on. So I have the compact Bible dictionary, sir.
All right, read that.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
So this is Ham, the youngest son of Noah. This is the definition. Ham is the youngest son of Noah. So Shem or Japheth must have been older. We don't know. But what we do know is Ham is the youngest son of Noah. Keep it in.
Khan. Born probably about 96 years before the flood.
And Ham was born about 96 years before the flood. So when the flood happened, Ham was like 96 years old, the big man. Keep it in.
And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
And Ham was one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He had Ham, his 2 brothers and his father, and their wives. That makes 8 of them. So it's 4 men, 4 women. Ham was one of 8 people to live through the flood. We know the Lord killed everything moving, apart from the fish. Everything moving got drowned in the flood. Keep it in.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
And Ham, the father of the Africans, became the father. Progenitor means father, like progeny. He became the progenitor, the father of the dark races. We done?
Not the Negroes.
Read that again.
Not the Negroes.
Ham was the father of the dark races, but not the Negroes. And this is something written by scholars, man. This is nothing that we came up with. Even the white man knows this, but they will never teach you this. This is in their books. So Ham is the father of the dark races, but not the Negroes. And who are the Negroes? The blacks that went into slavery. Even the scholars letting you know that there's a difference between black Africans and black people that went into slavery. No one sells their own people, man. A dark race of people sold another dark race of people. But to the white man, we're all the same. So he was saying in his books, oh, well, you know, you sold your own. But that's not what happened, man. We ran into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution. And when the white man came on his boats looking for slaves, the Africans said, well, there's these Israelites over here who we can't stand. Take them. No one sells their own people, man. Everyone, even Russia right now is fighting for Russians, man. Ukraine's fighting for Ukrainians. No one does that. They saw one race of people and sold them and say, you know what, this will benefit our race. I sold us for musket, guns, and wine, man, and handkerchiefs. Keep reading Slack here, Alban.
Khan. Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians.
So he's the father of the Egyptians, but not the Negroes. Who else?
Ethiopians,
another African nation, but not the Negroes. We done?
Libyans,
some more Africans, but not the Negroes. He's not your father. Black and Hispanic man. Us from the Caribbean, us from Haiti, us from America. All those that was sold into the transatlantic slave trade. Ham is the father of the Ethiopians, the Libyans, the Egyptians, but not us, man. He's not our father, black man. We are not African, man. We are not, man. I know it sounds crazy. It's the first time we ever heard it. But according to the Bible, even according to history, even according to what the scholars are saying, we are not the same people. And listen, we got thousands of books, man. Thousands of books where archaeologists went to Egypt and did cranium study. And they said the black man's cranium does not match the mummies that they found in Egypt. But our craniums match the slaves in Egypt, man. That's a book called, what's it called again? Captain Prussia guy. I think it's $1 million slave. You can find it in there as well. Ham is the father of the Africans, not us, man. And the Africans, they know it. That's why they play us, man. That's why they play us, man. Africans all talk about we should come home. Why? Because they know that when we come home, we're bringing that British pound with us, man.
Right.
First, it was Ethiopia. Remember that one? Come to Ethiopia, man. Ethiopians use us just like every other nation uses us, man. Then it was what's the other one? Gambia. Come set business up in Gambia, man. And now the biggest one now is Ghana. Everyone's going to Ghana now. You know, just like how the Chinese man use us, just like how the white man use us. All nations use black people, man. Indian man could set up shop anywhere on the face of the earth, but it comes into your neighborhoods, man. Indian man don't even drink, but it comes to your neighborhood and sets up 24-hour off licenses in your neighborhoods. What type of man is up at 3 o'clock in the morning buying drink, man? Alcoholics. And I think he knows that too. I think, you know, when he applied for that liquor license, I'm pretty sure you was on his mind. So yeah, man, I can get them black druggies in here, you know. That'd be a good investment, you know. That's why when you go Soho Road, the shop open 24/7, man. The liquor license 24/7, because he got you in his mind. All nations use black people, man. And now the latest trend, like what is Gambia now? No, Ghana. Ghana now. They got a new trust fund called the Jacob Trust Fund, where you can go to Ghana and set up a business. Black men, they want your money, man. Just like Sheshamani in Ethiopia. Just like how the Indian man use you. Imagine this, when you see Indian man have you see Indian man have weddings, and it's like convoy of limousines and gold, and they decorate their house with them flashy lights. Black people pay for that, man. Black man, you used to be alcoholic and go in the off licenses, man, to send their daughters to college, man. All of them use us, even the Africans too, man. Any more on that, Alban?
It then goes into the curse that was put upon Canaan.
No, so that pretty much addressed it. So yeah, you can bring it out of camp, let people know that there's a difference between us. We're not the same people. You can use the fact of Joseph as well, that when they saw Joseph, the brothers couldn't recognize him. You also can use Paul as well, how Paul was mistaken. Let me get that. Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian and he wasn't. 1 second. You know what it is? I think it's in Acts. Give me Acts. Give me 2 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Acts 21 and about 37.
Book of Acts chapter 21 and verse 37. And Paul, as he was, and as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, "May I speak unto thee?"
Oh, sorry, read that again.
And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he spake unto the chief captain.
Okay, so this is the deal. So Paul's in jail, and you know when you're in jail and you're on a line. Paul, imagine you're in jail and you get off the bus to go in the prison. So Paul's getting out of the chariot to go into the castle. So as he's walking online, you see the chief captain, that's the man in charge. You know, you got like prison COs, and you got one man who's a supervisor who they all must answer to. Paul sees the chief captain, and Paul's like, "Yo, officer, I need to speak to you quickly," trying to get his attention. Because Paul wants to state his case. That's where we're at right now in the Bible. So read it again. So Alban. So read it again, Babakashar.
And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, "May I speak unto thee?" So
Paul, he got his attention and goes, "Yo, the boss, can I speak to you quickly?" Keep reading.
Who said, "Can thou speak Greek?"
And the man goes, "Yo, you can speak Greek." He said, "Can thou speak Greek?" Imagine you said Chinese man, proper Chinese, everything, and you see him speaking fluent English. You're like, "Oh, he speak English." Right. Paul, he was surprised to see Paul speak, like, he was surprised to hear Greek coming out of a black man's face. So, you know, he's doing his job. Paul comes, yo, and he speaks to you like, "Oh, man can speak Greek." Keep it in. Keep it in, Alban. Verse 37. There might be a blip. So, Alban, can you hear me? I think it's froze. 2 seconds. You back now, yeah?
Can't, sir.
Oh, most like you froze. So I can read it again, Babakashar.
Can't. And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, "May I speak unto thee?" Who said, "Canst thou speak Greek?"
So this man shocked, like, "Oh, you speak Greek?" Like, I wasn't expecting that. And this is why the next line is about to show you why he said that. This is why the man said it to Paul. Read.
Art not thou that Egyptian?
And that's what he said. It's like, "Yo, you speak Greek. Ain't you an Egyptian?" And what color are the Egyptians? Not the modern Arabs in Egypt today. The Egyptians back then were black. So that's why we shocked, like, "Bro, you speak Greek." I thought he was Egyptian. He's saying, "Aren't you Egyptian?" But we know Paul weren't Egyptian. Correct. This man mistook Paul for an Egyptian. Let's find out what Paul was according to the Bible. Give me Acts 2 and 3.
Acts 2 verse 3.
Sorry, give me Acts 20. Sorry, Acts 21, 39.
Come on. Verse 29. Verse 39.
21, 39. Yeah, come on.
Okay. But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of
What did Paul
Tarsus.
say?
I am a man which am a Jew.
Paul said he's a Jew. So Paul said he's a Jew, so I'm a Jew. And the same Paul got mistaken for an Egyptian, which means what? The Jews and Egyptians must look alike, man. They must be black, man. So Kanye West ain't wrong for saying that black people are the Jews, man. Kanye West ain't wrong for saying that. And what makes me crazy with Kanye West said the Jews are black. And he got blackballed, shut down. In the same place where a man can say he's a woman, a man can say he identifies as a woman can say she identifies as a man. And Kanye West said he identifies as a Jew. I think he's wrong. He's racist. He's Shemitic. How is it you can be whatever you want, but you can't be the thing God made you, man? How is it a man can say he's a woman? A man can go in a woman's bathroom and say, well, I identify as a woman. But Kanye West can't say he's a Jew. Let me tell you something. There's a secret out there that no one wants you to know. And this is the secret. That black man, you are the Jews, man. Kanye West didn't say the white man ain't a Jew. Kanye West said the Jews are black. Just saying that I'm a Jew too. But being black is so disgusting and such an insult that how dare you say such a thing, man? He didn't say the white man ain't a Jew. He said I'm a Jew. And they're like, that's anti-Semitic. So is it that disgusting to be around black people? And black people that low that to say the Jews are black is whoa, that's an insult, man. I'm calling the police. You know what I mean? Saying that the Jews are black is like saying the Jews are dogs. Saying the Jews are black is like saying the Jews are scum. Must be, because everyone's upset. So everyone talks about, one love and everyone's equal. But when we put it to the test, it ain't, man. Let me tell you something. According to the Bible, the Jews are black, man. All fact the Bible, archaeology. Don't let us do it, man. We can do it. Paul was mistaken for a Jew. Like Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian, and Paul's a Jew, man. So Albany can even bring that out as well, if you want as well. Yeah. Anything else you want to touch on as well?
Let me see. Look, I think that was it. I'm gonna look at the one with Joshua as well.
Go on, get Joshua before I get to my topic. Get all the questions out of the way first. So wait, so you had a question in Joshua?
Slacky, was it Joshua? Who am I thinking of? Joseph, Slacky, Joseph. The one you're talking about Joseph.
What, Joseph?
Come.
So what chapter and verse, Slacky?
Let me find it. Genesis 42 and verse 8, I believe.
When you're ready, just read it, or just let me know where you're at so I can read along as well.
Book of Genesis, chapter 42 and verse 7. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly to them.
Okay, so where was you going with that one? That to prove that they didn't recognize him.
God.
That's where you can go as well. So that's just to prove that they didn't recognize Joseph, because why Joseph looked like the Egyptians? If Joseph was white, then they would have said, "Oh snap, we found Joseph. See him there." But they saw one black man amongst other dark-skinned people, and thought, "Who's this guy here, man?" And top of that, it said Joseph made himself strange towards him. Meaning Joseph had the Egyptian makeup on, the Egyptian haircut, like all them type of things there. So like this.
You know how Jacob had 12 sons?
Jacob had sons, yeah.
Obviously, you know how now, so you're a Benjamin, you would only ever have Benjamites. Or like a Judite would only have Judites. How do you explain Joseph, Jacob's having 12 children?
No, Joseph. So this question was Joseph had 12 sons, which had 12 tribes. If you, all them children are Israelites. Jacob's name is Israel. All them children are Israel. What tribe they come from? Like for instance, you might have 10 different sons, and like my dad got me and Parasha. So out of Parasha, you got the sons of Parasha, the sons of me. But all of us are related to that one granddad. That's how the nation is like. 12 sons out of one granddad. All Israelites going to come from Israel, who's Jacob, but different families out of Jacob. If that makes sense. Slakia, where would you go in Slakia?
Just I'm just gonna find the part where obviously they mistook him for an Egyptian. Just to link with Paul, how
Let me see if I can find it for you. Let me see if I got it in my notes. 2 seconds. I think what about 43?
Yeah, 42.
You might want so you're at 43 right now, yeah?
Chapter 42, sir.
And what which verse?
I was at verse 7
43 and 7. You are
and verse 8.
I think the part you want is
It's 2 up, so I'll find him on time.
I think it's 42 and there you go. You want verse 8, that's the one. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not. And Joseph remembered, that's the one you want, I believe.
Cool, sir.
So that's to prove that the Jews are dark-skinned people as well as the Egyptians. So you can bring that out as well. Any question in the class before we move to the topic?
It's like I said, there is one last scripture that I wanted to link with it. Could I link Isaiah 30 and verse 1 to 3?
13.
30.
Sorry. Isaiah 30, 1 to 3. Bravo, man, you got me dancing around this Bible, you know. These fine pages. 30 and what against that, yeah?
30 and verse 1 to 3, sir.
30 and 1, 30 and 1. Nah, I wouldn't. The Egypt talking about there is talking about slavery. So basically, we want to go back. We don't want to. It's like coming into the truth and then wanting to go back into the world. You read, start from 30 and 1 if you could.
Isaiah 13:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord.
And the Lord said, woe to the rebellious children, meaning destruction to the rebellious children. You know what I mean? Sadly, we are those rebellious children. We're the people that don't want to listen to the Lord, don't want to take note, want to be every religion in the world. Black people want to be Christian, Muslim, Rasta, Egyptologist. We're rebellious children. And the Lord said, woe to us, man. Chinese people are predominantly Buddhist. You know, Pakistani men are predominantly Muslim. You know what I mean? White people are predominantly Christian, but black people, all of them, man. We need every single religion. We don't want to listen to our God. We want to try everything, try every philosophy. Keep it in.
That take counsel, but not of me.
And the Lord said, we want counsel, but not of him. Counsel is advice. Black people want advice. Black people are spiritual. Black people know there's a God, but we don't want to know this God, though. You know what I mean? Black people want to be Rasta, want to be, you know, Christian, want to be Muslim. We threw the mosque out. We threw the church out. We threw the kingdom hall out, but we just don't want to listen to the Lord, man. When it comes to this Bible, we're like, I'm not too sure, you know. We take counsel. We're always seeking. Black people are very spiritual, man. Name a religion in the world, and black people are in it, man. Tina Turner's a Buddhist. Imagine that. Somehow a black woman found a Chinese man's God, man. The Arab man's God, Islam, forget about it, man. We want that counsel too. Rastafarianism is probably one of the newest religions on the face of the earth. And somehow we found out. In fact, we made that one. You know, black people are into Egyptology, another new religion. We're in that too, man. Why could we seeking God, but not the God of the Bible? Keep it in.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
And we cover ourselves with a covering, man. When you read the Bible, that covering is talking about culture. We got a culture, but not the Lord's culture, man. If you're a black man in the mosque, you got Arab man's culture. You're in the church, you got the European man's culture. You ain't got the Lord's culture, man. Keep it in.
That they may add sin to sin.
And when we do this, we add sin to sin. Imagine this: we all grew up in a Christian church, most of us, and then guess what? We think we find knowledge. We go to jail and go, you know, I found knowledge, man. I'm gonna be a Muslim instead. And you just jump from one religion to another religion. That's adding sin to sin, man. I can't believe I see black men with kufian, man. That's like a dog thinking he's a chicken. Like that's how God must see it. Imagine a rabbit thinking he's a cat. And we're black people that have our own culture, but yet want to speak Arabic, man. That's the Arab man's religion and the Arab man's God. Let him have his kufi and his prayer rug, man, and his mat. You got a black man trying to, grow locks and, copy the East Indians, sorry. Let the East Indians have their religion, man. You got Tina Turner chanting. The Chinese man's God. Let them have their God, man. Let me tell you something. There's no God on the face of the earth that is a black man's God. Every single religion was made by everybody but black people. Every single religion on the face of the earth we follow, but don't come from us. You give me a religion, the African religions that don't come from us. Buddhism don't come from us. Christianity don't come from us. Islam don't come from us. All these religions are things that we follow, but don't come from us, man. Like, where's the black man's God, man? Where's something that we can have and feel proud of, man? It must feel nice being an Arab, having black people follow your culture. If I was an Arab, I'd feel good, man. Having black people learn my culture, dyeing their beard red, putting on a sari, I feel good, man. Same for the Buddhists, man. In the 80s, forget about it. Every black man was learning Kung Fu in the 80s, man. Kung Fu moves took the world by storm, and every black man wanted to go China and be a Shaolin monk and learn Kung Fu, man. But where's the black man's God, man? Where's the God? How come black people are the only people that don't have a God that looks like them? And because of that, we join other religions, other philosophies, and add sin to sin, man. Keep it in.
Can't. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
There you go. So when it says we want to go back to Egypt, it's not talking about physical Egypt. Egypt was a place where we were slaves, and basically we just want to be slaves. We just want to be slaves, man. We just want to be Christian. We look over there and see the Christmas and the Easter, how good it looks, man. And we just want to go back. We look over there, the Arabs are living good, and the camels and the this and the that, and they're praying 5 times a day. And we just want to go back to slavery, man. We look how nice it looks, and we just want to go back. We want to go back to Egypt. Just like how in the time of the Israelites, we physically wanted to go back to Egypt. Why? Because it was easier. And just like I just said, you can't tell me black people ain't the real Jews, man. Because you know why? We wanted to go back to Egypt. Why? Because we got hungry. And now, come on, man, that's black people, man. I can see it today. I can see the Lord making black people come out of England and put us in the wilderness for 40 years, man. And black people say, you know what? England was better, I can't take being out in the wilderness with the dust and everything, man. Back in England, man could get the $1.99 chicken and chips, Now I'm out here eating manna, Sick of this food, man. You hear black people all the time? Black people say the best thing that happened to black people was slavery. It was rough, but at least we got here now. We say stuff like that, man. And we're people that got low self-esteem, and we're just happy to be by a slave master. Why? Because in slavery, you worked your back off, and in exchange, you got what? Free clothing, free house, and some food in your belly, man. And that's what we want from our oppressor. We want to serve him and shut up, and guess what? He just keeps us fed. We don't strive to get the best food. We just want to be fed and be content. And guess what? Black people in Egypt would rather be slaves because we were hungry. We say, you know what? I can't take the hunger no more. I'd rather be a slave. And that's us, man. We'd rather $1.99 in Tesco. And you know what I mean? It was bad in England, but bad to bad. You got to look 500 a week, and you got to look money. And we'd rather be slaves and be whipped and be called all types of names and be on the bottom. As long as we don't have to go out there and fend for ourselves. Too much responsibility. We'd rather be a slave. Indian man ain't having that. Chinese man ain't having that. No other nation having that. They want to be on top, and that's it. They want to dominate. But we get a bit of hunger pains, and you know what? That's fine, man. It's too much for us, man. And that's black. Come on, man. That's black people today. That's right. We just want to go back into Egypt. Why? Because it's easy. That's why when you speak about white people, stop, man. Don't say that, man. You're gonna cut your money off. You're gonna cut this off. So we'll rock. What? You're telling me don't tell the truth because of a job. Listen, man. The UPK. I gave it up a long time ago. Some of us are gonna have to go hungry so our brothers can get this truth, man. Some of us are gonna have to, lose a bit of comfort so our brothers have to hear this, man. If everyone worries about me, and my comfort and my job, then forget about it, man. No one will ever know they're Israelite. If I was concerned about people seeing my face and who's gonna call the police, then this class couldn't happen, man. But a lot of us are selfish. Thanks to slavery, we've been told to look out for ourselves. In slavery, they told you what? The old slave saying is called mind your business. If you saw a slave getting beaten, you say, "Your master, what's up?" He say, "Mind your business." I mean, this is not next to do with you. And to this day, that's how black people have become. You know what I mean? Gun violence, well, ain't my child. That's mind my business. I go to work and just make sure me and mine is me and my family is good, and that's it. And we become selfish, man. And no other nation thinks like that. An East Indian man can come to England, can't speak a lick of English, man. And he's guaranteed a job in a petrol station, an off license, a news agent. Here it is, black man. You're Muslim too. The Indian man don't give you the job because he knows that this whole, join my religion and be my brothers. And it's a lie, man. How much? There's loads of black Muslims. Yeah, I've never seen a black Muslim pushing a broom in an Indian man shop in my life, man. Never seen him in an off license. Never seen him in a petrol station. Never seen him in a chip shop. Not once, man. But they give it to the brother who they've never met. Why? Because they got common, the blood. Their blood, man. That's what we got to establish. That listen, we are family also, man. But all right, that's that on that. All right, cool. Sorry, anything else on that, Raban?
So I was just gonna say where I was wanting to go with that is that with the whole Black Panther situation, our people want to cling to like the Africans culture. They want to cling to the covering of the Africans rather than being what obviously God called us to be, rather than being an Israelite and follow the Bible. We want to cling to Africa. We want to cling to Wakanda, and we look at how glorious they make it look, but that's not our culture. That's not our glory.
Looks like what you said. It's not our culture, and black people, sadly, because we think we don't have a culture, we just cleave onto other people's culture.
Correct.
2 Saturdays ago, it was about Remembrance Day. I damn near cried, man. I saw a black man on the TV, man, with a poppy on his chest, doing the 2-minute silence for Remembrance Day. He thinks he's British. He really thinks he's British, man. That any black man on Remembrance Day, sorry to say, is an idiot, man. If you're holding the 1-minute silence, do you know who you're holding the 1-minute silence for? You're holding the 1-minute silence for the dead soldiers that didn't want you to fight in the army. You're holding the 1-minute silence for the dead soldiers that say, yo, I don't want to fight against no black people. You're holding the 1-minute silence for the same army that didn't want black people fighting in the army, but because it was getting bad, they said, you know what? Go call for them Jamaicans, man. The same people that put black people on the front line in the trenches and said, I don't want no black man flying my plane, and you're crying for them. That's like a Jewish man crying for a Nazi. Like a Jewish man crying for a Nazi would never happen. But if you're a black man at 11 o'clock, November 11th, that's what you're crying for, man. That's a shame. Can you believe Mark Duggan's great-great-granddad fought in the army? He fought for the freedom so one day a policeman can kill his great-great-grandson. What was he fighting for? If you only knew, man, he would turn in his grave. Our great-great-grandparents fought in the army and got their fingers blown off and died, man, just so that in the future, police can harass you. Just so in the future, the same government that they fight for can round up all the Windrush and send them home, man. And any black man holding the 1-minute silence is a fool, man. That's a shame. That's how much slaves we are. In slavery, we used to cry for our oppressor. If our oppressor was sick, we'd cry for him. That don't even make sense. And we're doing the same thing today, man. We're holding a 1-minute silence for the same people that said that we don't want no blacks in the army, man. Put black people on the front line. Put black people in the trenches, man. The trenches was the worst place that anyone could be. And they put us in the trenches. So lucky, man. But again, like what you said, we just, as a nation of people, we don't have our own culture, so we follow everybody's. That's why we follow Eid, and that's why we're in the mosque. That's why we're in the church. That's why, that's what we do, sadly. But, what we don't know, but it's our job to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that this is our culture, man. And we do actually have a culture. If you could, give me Ezekiel 34 and 28.
Ezekiel, what other one?
34, 28, Baba Kushar.
You want to read that?
Yeah, please.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 28. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beast of the land devour them.
So this is talking about Israel, man. So the day is coming when we're no more going to be a prey to the heathen. Heathen are what are the other nations outside of Israel. That's what heathen means. Heathen ain't a non-believer. You look up in the dictionary. It's mad because that's how black people talk today. Anyone outside of us, like Jamaicans, anyone outside of Jamaicans are the small islands, man. You don't really call them by name. And that's how in the Bible is written. It said, we shall no more be a prey to the heathen. Meaning the day is coming, black man, where we're no more going to be a prey to them. A prey is like when you're a prey, meaning there's a predator watching you every step and preying on you. And the Bible goes, we are a prey to who? The heathen. We are a prey to the other nations, man. Do you want to know why there's a off license in every black community? And who owns the off license ain't black. Because they're preying on you, man. They see that black people come from broken homes. They know that we don't have no father in the house. They see that we're oppressed. And they see that, we've been in jail. And you know what they do? They prey on us.
That's right.
They say, we could sell them drinks all night, We sell them drink. Listen, we can open up 24 hours. Alban, what type of man is up at past 12 o'clock, man? I'll help you. The alcoholic man whose gyro comes in at 12 o'clock, man. And they want to talk about all nations and one love and we love everybody. They don't love us. Right. They say how we live and they take advantage, man. They say, well, the gyro comes at 12, so I can sell to these black pissheads, man. I can make money to these black drug addicts, man. What man is up at 12 trying to buy blue slims and cigarettes, man? The man that's looking for weed, the man that's up to no good. They prey on our people, man. Opening up abortion clinics in our neighborhoods, man. Putting drugs in our neighborhoods. Why? Because they prey on us. The more drugs in our neighborhoods, the more they get paid, man. The more drugs means what? The more crime, the more killings, which means what? More police get hired, man. Means what? More lawyers get hired, man. More judges get hired. More CEOs in prisons. More prisons get built, man. More funding goes into prison for lights and energy and electric and gas, man. All these things happen. Why? When they put us on the bottom. All these things get funded. All these people get paid. Why could they prey on us? They don't put drugs in white people's neighborhoods. How about the Chinese? How about the Arabs? No. They do it in ours, man. And because they do that now, they get paid more. They get paid more. That's some. I thought that killing was a crime. I really thought killing was a crime, man. But when you listen to our music, you would never know, man. I thought killing was bad. Right. So how is it killing's bad? But when it comes to black people, yeah, man, go sing them tunes about killing black people, man. Go share them songs. You know what I mean? We even pay you to sing them songs, man. Last time I checked, it was wrong to be a racist. It was wrong for Kanye West to say he's going DEFCON on the Jewish community. But it's not racist when black people say they kill black people, though, man. That you can share. You won't get your Facebook shut down if you share a video about our boys in the hood or a video of Menace Society. You can share that, man. But talk about Jewish people, that is so racist. You can't say that, man. You can't do that, man. But when it comes to killing black people, that's fine. There's one race of people who's okay to die, who's okay to murder themselves. That's black people, man. Everyone else, it's wrong and it's racist. You can't do that. But black people, they can do that, man. That's because these nations have preyed on us. And if you're listening to rap music and you're strong-minded, you're in the UPK, you go out there and repeat some of the things that you've heard, man. Last time I checked, selling drugs was wrong. But you would never know that the way they push Jay-Z and all these rappers, man. You think it's legal? Right. The way they talk about smoking weed, the way they talk about selling crack, you think it's legal, man. And it's purposely done. It's not done by accident, man. These nations prey on us. And the Bible says what? Read that again, Ariella.
Con. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beasts of the land devour them.
And we are prey to the heathen. These other nations are our enemies, man. They prey on us, man, and use us, man. They use us for our culture, our works, our money, use us and don't like us, man. That's according to the Bible. I'm going to show you what's going to happen to the other nations in the future, man. These nations prey on black people and get paid.
That's right.
In America, forget about it, man. In America, there's a Korean shop on every corner, man. And this Korean man is just using black people to get paid. He sets up shop and goes, yep, I'm going to use these black men and sell them 40 ounces, sell them Rizzlers, sell them blunts, and then give it 10 years, I should be able to move out of here, man. Should be able, he's sitting on a gold mine. Forget about Jamaica. Forget about it, man. Imagine that Jamaica's a black country. It was supposed to be a black country. And a Chinese man from China. So you know what? I heard in Jamaica and black people can't get together, you know. They're too busy selling drugs and doing the splits. So they call it whining on the head top and jump and splitting. In fact, I could go there and make a killing. I could go there and make a good money, you know. And he did it, man. Travel to a country, he don't speak the language, man. Travel to a country with hardly any Chinese people and makes a killing. They pray on us. The East Indian man, forget about it, man. East Indian man went to Jamaica, man, and had no shoes on, you know, Ariel. No shoes, you know, because the worship the cow in it. Shoes made that leather. And what he knew is, them black people are so destroyed. I can go there and make a killing. And he did, man. Exactly what he did, man. But over there made a killing. The Indian people today in England, man. So, you know, then black people are too busy selling drugs to kill each other. You know what? I'll sell them yam. In fact, I'll sell them the ackee. I don't know what even is. Do you boil it, fry it? I ain't got a clue. All I know is these black people like it, man. And I'm gonna sell it. The shop around the corner, every time I see it, man, I have to cry, man. It's called Mr. Khan's, man. You seen it? You don't want to see it, man. Mr. Khan's, you know. That's an Indian man's name, and it says Mr. Khan's Caribbean. You see that on Dudley Road? Caribbean Superstore. Can you believe that? Can you imagine me? I'm called Leroy. I'm like Leroy's finest Chinese cuisine. You would laugh at me. But we're so down that Indian man is bold enough to sell our food and only our food too, and make a killing. That's how low we become, man. These nations prey on us, man. Indian man, can you believe Indian man sell woman hair products? Indian man sell Afro combs, you know, and beard from gel cream for man's beard, and he don't even know like this. What's this Yaki Jet Black number 5? I don't know. I've just put the shelf and black women love it, man. Bonding glue, I don't have a clue, but they sell it. Black women they love that stuff, man. And you come in there and make him rich. And them shops are, you see them shops? Massive, yo. I'm not about a little store, you know, with like couple here behind the thing. There's aisles, a whole aisle of what? Perm, a next aisle of creams, a next aisle of shea butter. He's making a killing, man. He even needs assistants too in the shop. Got people assisting him. Then behind the counter is Afro combs and do-rags and what do you call it, shower caps. I have to suck, y'all. What about suck it, sorry?
Suck, yo. Yeah, even the Hamites are doing it now. Because in the shops in Leicester where they're selling beauty products and wigs and female products and male products, they're putting, instead of Afro producers, they're adding Caribbean, Afro Caribbean.
No, they got to throw you in there because marketing don't lose no money now. They don't like you, but they want to cast that net far and wide. So they got to get you in there. So they got to put Caribbean there. Like a lot of shops in Brum as well, you see like flags over the shop, like basically we accommodate for, and just the Jamaican flag's gonna be there. It's gonna be there, even though they don't like you. They got to get that money, man. You know what I mean? They know why you think they sell Magnums in there, man. They know like Magnum's a new craze. Everyone loves it, and they keep it into the streets. The niggas like Magnum, you know, get created in Magnums. What are they? I don't really know. Just get the Magnums, man. Them niggas buy it, man. That's what they do. Man. So it's a shame, but it's how it is. And imagine as black people, we got money, man. Don't tell me black people ain't got money. We ain't got money, but guess what? We're so destroyed, we don't even say, you know what, let's make our own, man. Don't tell me black men ain't got money. Every time I see a drug dealer in his BMW, I say, yo, black people got money, man. Black people, through our pennies, made drug dealers rich, man. In America, it's in movies like New Jack City. They call them drug lords, man. We made them millionaires and after pennies of black people, we made drug dealers rich, millionaires and successful. So we got money, man. We just don't know how to use it. You know, we're giving it to the wrong people, man. These nations, listen, don't tell me these nations don't pray. No, so tell me we're the Israelites, man. The Bible goes, these nations pray on one race of people, and we're that nation that they pray on, man. Read that again, please, Bible Kashab.
Come on. You want me to read on or from the top?
From the top again, please.
Come. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen.
And the day's coming where we're going to no more be a prey to the heathen. Meaning right now we're a prey to the heathen, but days coming, black man, when we're going to be self-sufficient, man. We ain't got to go to them for a job. They're going to come for us for a job, man. We're going to read in the Bible and show you that this day is coming, man. No more we're going to be on the bottom. No more we're going to be oppressed, man. No more we're going to go to them for anything. They're going to come to us. We done?
Can't. Neither shall the beast of the land devour them.
There you go. And they're the beast of the field. When the Bible goes, the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Talking about nations. It's right there. So they shall be no more. Read that again, Sakia. This is precise.
Neither shall the beast of the land devour them.
Neither shall the beast of the land devour them. We done?
But they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid.
Slakia. It's the wrong verse. But that in that chapter somewhere it proves that the beast of the field are other nations. It's not talking about a talking snake. But all right, give me Jeremiah 30 and 16, Babu Shah. Alban, if you could.
Come on.
Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Stop. Now, what did we just read? Who are those that devour us? Who are a predator eats the prey. In the chapter before, it said what? We are a prey to the heathen. And the Lord said, them people that devour us, them people that prey on us, they're going to be devoured, man. Who are those people that are going to be devoured in the future? Anyone know?
It's like, sir. Go
on.
That's all the heathens, man.
There you go, man. That's the other nation. They're going to be devoured, man. They're going to be devoured. Keep it in.
Khan. And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
And all of our enemies, man. Every last one of our enemies are going into captivity, going into slavery, man. Let's find out who our adversaries are, man. Because I know what black people are thinking. Well, you know, Leroy, he's my adversary. Jerome, he's my adversary. According to the Bible, as a nation of people, we got enemies as a whole nation, not individual. As a whole nation, we got enemies, man. Give me Nehemiah 5 and 9. Ariella, please.
If I could, there is a bit more in this verse?
We get back to it. Let's find out who our enemies are first before we find out what happens to our enemies.
Would you want Nehemiah? What?
Nehemiah 5 and 9, please.
5 and 9.
Khan.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 5, verse 9. Also I said, it is not good that ye do. Ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God because of the approach of the heathen, our enemies?
The heathen are who? Read that again, put it top, nice and slow.
Also I said, it is not good that ye do. Ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies?
And what's it saying? The heathen are our enemies? As a race of people, we have an enemy. And that the enemy to black people are the heathen. I just showed how they prey on us, how they use us, how they get money for our community, how the Metropolitan Police kills black people, how they send our people off to Windrush that built the country, man.
That's right.
How we fought for Indians. Do you know? Let me tell you something here. Black people fought for Indians. Indians don't fight for us.
Cool.
Right back now, we got a prime minister who's Indian. Can you believe that? The first non-white prime minister is Indian, man. Do you know black people had to vote? So Indian man, we vote, broke the door down so Indian man can skip us and be the first non-white prime minister. Can you imagine this? I've never seen an Indian protest in my life. I've never seen an Indian march in my life. I've never seen an Indian riot in my life. And the Tottenham riots, Brixton riots, Handsworth riots, the protesting, the bus boycotts, all done by black people, man. We broke down the door and the Indian man said thank you. Priti Patel deported black people when black people are the reason how Priti Patel got the job in the first place. If it wasn't for black people, she couldn't be in no 10 Downing Street and put on no suit, man. If it wasn't for black people, what's his name? Rishi Sunak couldn't be in the House of Parliament, man. We brought the door down for him, and do we even get a thank you? No, man. No, we don't. But you see all these Romanians sneaking in the back of a lorry. They've heard how great Britain is, man. And they want to come to Britain and get some of this greatness. And guess what? Black people made Britain great. We're the reason why you want to come over here. We're the reason why you get benefits, man. We cut cotton for them benefits. We cut cane for them benefits, man. We cut cane for that free houses that the Afghans and Ukrainians are living in, man. And do we get a thank you? No, man. All nations are our enemies, man. All of them come against us. Read it again, Ariana, please.
Can't. Also I said, it is not good that ye do. Ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies?
There you go, Nehemiah said the heathen are our enemies, man. Go back to the one you had in Jeremiah Baba Kushar.
Can't. Jeremiah 13, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
And who are those that devour us?
All thine.
Who are those that devour us according to Ezekiel?
That's all the heathen, man.
There you go. Keep it in.
Can't. All they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them.
And who's our adversaries according to what we just read?
God, that's the heathen, sir.
There you go, the heathen again. Keep it in.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Shall go where?
Shall go into captivity.
And that's what the Bible says, man. All of our adversaries, they're going to work for us, man. They're going into captivity, man. Why? We're in captivity now, and no one didn't try to save us, man. No one don't care about us, man. Black people are in the bottom right now, man. You know what's mad about this? I've seen people raise money for whales, man, because the whales going extinct. In fact, growing up, there used to be an advert, man, about you can sponsor a dog. Remember that? You can sponsor a dog for £1. Not own dog, not own it. To sponsor a dog for £1, meaning the dog that's all Margot and whatnot, and you give you £1, and that £1, help buy dog food or whatever. And every couple of months, they're sending pictures of how the dog's doing. Because people sponsoring dogs. Can you believe that? Imagine you sponsor a dog, and you sponsor a dog, That dog's rich. All over Britain, Britain got what? 60 million people. And everyone's sponsoring this dog. The dog probably don't even exist. That dog's living good, man. Better than some of us. I've seen people raise money for the whales because they're going extinct. Raise money for the dodo bird. I've never in my life heard China say, you know what? It's a shame how them black people are living, man. Let's raise the money for them black people, man. You know what? I've seen boys do the other day. And you know what? Even though it's entertaining, black people actually do live like that, man. Black people actually don't know who the father is. Black people actually are on drugs. Black people actually do get killed by the police. They are killing each other over colors and postcodes. And how they live is terrible. You know what? I've seen Top Boy, man. And even those entertaining, black people actually do live like that, man. That's a shame. Let's put money together, man. But nah, man. You know why? Because the dodo bird is more important than you, man. No, that one, all these countries on the face of the earth, and none of them has ever come to save black people. Why? Because they like it when we're in the bottom. As long as we send the bottom, they get paid. As long as we send the bottom, they can get a job, man. It's lucky, Ariella.
It's lucky, one in the minute, it's the donkeys.
Donkeys right now?
Minutes, there's a donkey commercial.
And the donkeys will be alright, man. So lucky. The donkeys will be alright, man. But black people now, man. In fact, not only don't they want to help us, to blame us. Excuse me, man. You can't get a job. Well, listen, you know, you can't start blaming white people for your problems. You know, you gotta go out there and pull your bootstraps up. You know, listen, no one's holding you back. You know, no one's holding us. Not only want to give us a helping hand, they even hold us back. Everyone gets money but us, man. Jewish man gets money from England, and guess what? The English didn't even start the Holocaust, but they give him a little money every year. Billions they give him, man. Meanwhile, England made money off black people, and we can't even get an apology. Can't even get a sorry, man. That's David Cameron. Yo, David. Say sorry about slavery. No, that's simple reparations. He goes, nah, I ain't giving no reparations for slavery. But what I will do is build a prison. What he's saying is the only way I'll think about spending money on black people is if it's locking you up. I'll give my good earned money on black people. I'll spend it if it's to lock you up, but not to help you. Nah, and they can't stand black people, man. I don't know what it is, but other nations. But listen, people they hate black people. So I don't know what it is. So luck, yeah, there's something in them that just makes them just hate black people, man. And a lot of our people also grow them same tendencies over time. We think being black is horrible, and being around black people is horrible, and we want to be like our oppressor. And you hear our people say the same things that white people say sometimes. Oh, look at him, man, moving on black people time. Ooh, that's why I'm buying it from black people, you know. That's why I can't really trust black people, because what they rubbed off on us over time. So I can read that again with Alban.
Can't. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they're all going to captivity, man. That's the future. I don't feel bad, man, because no one cried for us when we was in captivity, man. Everybody wants to be black when it suits them. Everybody wants cane rolls when it's trendy, but nobody wants to get on the slave ships, man. Everybody wanted cane rolls. Imagine this. Everybody wants to be Jamaicans. What, man? When it comes to Windrush, yo, listen, passport. Right. Look, Indian, man. I want these, man. No one. Everybody wants to be black when it suits them. When it comes to the hardship, nobody wants to be black, man. Everybody Jamaican, yo, go on safe. When it comes to Windrush, listen, I just use some words. I'm not Jamaican. Listen, separate me. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be when it's cool. And that's where they're going, man. That's their future. Slavery, not according to the Bible, man. You know, according to the Bible, this earth is going to be in nuclear war, and the earth is going to be a mess. And these nations, their job is going to be to clean up this mess, man. It's going to be to clean up all the bodies. You know what I mean? Clean up all the mess that's made after, you know, America goes into destruction. After Yahushua comes back, the world knows that Jesus Christ. And that's in the Bible, man. Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy. No, give me Revelations 2, verse 26. All right, if you could.
Book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. Break it down for me, Ariella.
He that overcometh what?
This is our Savior talking, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling us that the ones of us that overcome and keep the law, overcome.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah, he will be there to the end.
There you go. So read it again.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works
there you go.
To the end.
So he that overcome what, man? Addiction, man, loss, man, sins, everything holding you back. He that overcomes that, he that beats that and keeps the word of God to the end, man. I mean, this is a man in here fighting, not doing Christmas, not doing Easter, putting down the weed, putting down the drugs, fighting, overcome until when the end, not for a couple of years and stops, not for 10 years, 20 years, to the end, till Christ comes back. You gotta keep fighting. That's what this fight is. It's a fight to the end.
That's right.
And this is what happens to the man that overcomes unto the end. Read.
Another one, come on. To him will I give power over the nations.
And that man will get power over the nations, man. The Bible ain't talking about equality and we're all going to hold hands. Christ saying that man that overcomes, he will have power over the nations, man.
That's right.
That's these nations that, why would they have power over the nations? Could we just read? They're going in slavery, man. And when someone's in slavery, someone's in charge. Like when you go to your work, you're a slave and you're working, and you got a boss. And black men in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be that boss, man. You're going to have power over them nations. The nations that are under you, you're going to have power under them if you overcome, man. If you're willing to put down cigarettes, if you're willing to put down weed, man, and pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, and pornography, and whatever's holding you back, if you're willing to. If not, you're going to die with the oppressor, man. And let me tell you something, man. Well, I came in the truth. I heard that one day black people are going to be on top, man. And I wanted it so much, man. I put down weed, man. I wanted it so much, I put down cigarettes, man. I've seen black people on the bottom for too long, man. And I'll do anything to see black people on top.
That's right.
Right, but the other day, Satan tried to call in my mind. The other day, I saw a picture kind of drop down. I got happy for a minute, man. To shake it off, like, nah. To shake it off, man. Listen, if petrol got to be high so Christ's kingdom can come, then listen, I'll be top. I'll put £5 in my tank, man, until your house shall come, man. Christ said, listen, pray for more plagues, man. Pray for the downfall of this place, man. Don't pray that it gets better. And listen, if we got a clock emergency, you know anyone know what emergency electric is? Nah, you're probably rich, man. If we got a clock emergency, I got a clock emergency so Christ comes back, I'm gonna do it, man. A clock emergency, as long as it means that black people can come off drugs, as long as it means that black women can start pushing the stroller by themselves, as long as it means that black men don't remain behind bars no more, man, I can do that, man. We gotta overcome. That way we can have rulership over these nations. We could be on top again. Read that again, Baba Kashar.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him I will give power over the nations.
And that man will have power over the nations, man. This ain't no book where all nations, what does it say? All nations in harmony holding hands. Nah. Listen, this world right now we're living in ain't run like that, man. They make it be all one. Now, listen, let me tell you something. White people rule black people in England, man. And in America, man. They ain't no everyone holding hands, man. Nah, listen, if you don't believe me, that's Kanye West, man. Kanye West put it to say that. In fact, Kyrie Irving didn't say the Jews are black, you know. Kyrie Irving posted a link of a book, of a video that shut down. He didn't even make the video. He just posted it. This man can't even give his recommendation. Imagine this, Ariana, you watch the movie, you go, I like that, you know. I'm gonna share it. You can't even do that, man. Didn't make it. This video just makes sense to me. I like it. You know, if this is a poor movie, you could do that. No, I have no problem. If you watch a movie on aliens, or if you watch a movie on UFOs and go, I believe UFOs are real, no one have a problem. If you watch the movie, he didn't direct it, didn't make it. Just thought, this is interesting. Can't even do that, man. They rule over us in England. They rule over us all over the world, man. We don't own nothing. We don't own zero. And the people black people who are rich, who we think they're rich, they ain't rich, man. The man that pays them, he's rich. Our black entertainers are just well-paid slaves, man. In slavery, you had man that worked in the field, man. And they got to wear the rags and so forth. They got slaves that worked in the house, and they got to wear the good clothes, man. Yes. And that's what rappers are. Both of them are slaves, man. You got dogs here that guard the warehouse in the cold and the rain. You got dogs that are in Paris Hilton's handbag, man. Both of them are dogs, man. But one is treated better. And we think, but he gets paid though, he's better. He's not, man. Both of them are slaves. Just one gets treated differently. One gets paid more. One got a bigger paycheck. But the man that pays them is richer than both of you, man. That's what black people need to understand. Way richer. Keep it in.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
There you go. We're gonna rule them with a rod of iron, man. We ain't gonna be nice. And please don't eat pork. Please stop the Christmas business, please. Nah, man. Just how they was rough with us, man. Just like how we ran their red lights. They put 6 points on our license, man. We broke their laws. They put fines on us. We're gonna rule them also with a rod of iron. That's in the Bible, man. It's not very Christian, but it's Bible. Salakia. That's in the Bible. We're gonna rule them. We are the rightful rulers of the earth. That's why the earth's upside down, because the people that's meant to be ruling are in slavery. The people that's meant to be ruling are in council estates, man. Are behind bars in jail, and that's why the ozone layer's messed up, man. That's why there's global warming, man. That's why men think that. That's why AIDS and monkeypox is rampant, and men think that they're women and so forth, because the rightful rulers ain't ruling, man. That's right. You got this crazy man ruling, punching holes in the ozone layer, man. When the ozone layer protects the earth from the sun's rays and protects the earth from meteorites and so forth, man. There's oil in the earth on purpose, man, to lubricate the earth. The white man takes all of it, man. Why puts it in his factories and the machines. Now there's loads of earthquakes. You know what I mean? Imagine it. I wonder. Imagine once upon a time we'll go fishing in it. I mean, just get a fishing net, you know, boom, get about 20 fish, take it to market, make a little money. Not the white man. The white man takes every fish from the ocean, every last one, and sells it. What's it called? Bird's eye fish fingers, and sells it in every Tesco, every Asda, all over the UK, in every Sainsbury's, it breaks the whole ocean, man. And now there's nothing left. You know what I mean? The rightful people ain't ruling, man. Back, you know what I mean? Back in the day, we'll leave something for everybody else, man. He takes every last thing, man. And that's why the waters are polluted. That's why I think during COVID, because everyone was inside and not fishing, they said the cleans with the ocean was clean, man. Because it wasn't taking the shrimp out of the ocean, and the shrimp was able to do their job, which was clean the ocean. They said the air was nice, could breathe properly, because no planes are flying, man. And we're gonna get back there, man. We're gonna read it in the Bible as well. We're gonna rule over them, and everything's gonna run nice, man. It's gonna run properly. Black man, you're gonna breathe some air for once, man. You think you're breathing air now? One day you're gonna breathe. You think you're drinking water now? You're gonna drink some water, man. Keep it in. You're gonna see it in the kingdom of heaven. You're gonna see a dodo bird just walk past. I'm like, what? I thought he was endangered. You're gonna see a white tiger just walk past. Where that white tiger come from? Keep it in.
Can't. As the vessels of a potter, shall they be broken to shivers?
Read that. What does it mean? Read that part again and break it down for me, please.
As the vessels of a potter, shall they be broken to shivers?
Go on, break it down.
As the vessels of a potter as in pottery.
That's right. And what does a potter do? If a potter makes something, and you don't like it, what does he do with that potter? Remember, you can't take it back to clay. So what does a potter do with that pottery? If you don't like it, if it's not what he wants, breaks it, man. You can't change clay. Clay's hard, and likewise, if they don't do what God says, they're gonna be broken, man. Simple as that. If you don't believe me, listen. Let's prove it in greater detail. Give me Isaiah 60 and 12. So remember saying, if the potter don't like how his pottery looks like, he breaks it. And the kingdom of heaven, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, they're going to be broken. That's in the Bible. This is God speaking, yeah? That's Isaiah speaking. It's the exact same thing, but worded differently. Isaiah 60 and 12.
Come on. Book of Isaiah chapter 16 verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee.
A nation and kingdom that will not serve us, man. That same nation that's got to go. Listen, I can see it today. Come on, man. These British people, yo, who's this Christ fella?
God.
Talking about his king. I ain't serving him. I'm British, man. You don't see this British Buddha. I'm bow down to no black man. I don't reverence no wag. The monkeys. Get out of here, man. Oh, nah, man. I listen to the monkeys. Nah, I don't care about this Christ fella and these 12 tribe fellas. Nah, man. That's a nation that won't save us. A nation that won't do what they're supposed to be doing, man.
Right.
Like we serve them. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna serve us. This is what will happen to them. Keep it in.
Another one. Calm. And 16 verse 12. Well, the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
So what?
Shall perish.
And that's what happened to the nations that don't want to fall in line, man. And they talking about, I don't care about this Christ fella, man. I'm British, man. I don't bow down to no wags, England. It's a wrap for them, man. That's in the Bible. just like what Putin said to Zelensky, listen, this is the deal, yeah. Ukraine must become Russia. And it's fine, you don't have to agree. Zelensky goes, nah, I'm not being Russia, man. And you see me, Russia declared war on Ukraine, and likewise, you ain't got to agree. You ain't got to agree. You can say, nah, man, we're our own kingdom, we don't want to be a part of you wags. That's fine, man. And Christ will send troops to your country, man. That nation, that kingdom will perish, man. Keep it in.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
And them nations are gonna be utterly wasted, man. That's the kingdom of heaven. Just like how Russia sat down at a table and said, listen, you know what I mean? Ukraine once used to be a part of Russia, I want it back. And they said, nah, you're not be fine. Since it broke off, it's nice, and I don't want to go back. And Russia, listen, I want it back. And they had a disagreement and they declared war. Likewise, man. The kingdom of heaven, Christ said, listen, I'm running things, man. I'm in charge, man. And any man say, nah, it's okay. I'm cool with Joe Biden. Nah, it's okay. I like Rishi. That's fine, man. That nation gonna be wasted, man. Christ gonna send troops to your country, man. Send troops and men to your country, and they're gonna take over, man. That nation gonna be utterly wasted. We keep it in.
The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee.
No sweat. Give me Isaiah. Sorry, let me get Christ had many crowns in his head. You give me Revelation 19 about 11.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
It's one of my favorite scriptures, man. So lucky. You know what I mean? You know, I saw heaven open and a white horse. When you watch a movie, who comes on the white horse, man? The hero, man. I was like, John has seen a vision here. Everything's seen it ain't literal. I say I saw in heaven, man, a white horse. You seen the hero of blacks despite the Native Indians, man. The hero's gonna get us out of slavery, oppression, and black on black crime, police brutality, man. Keep it in.
And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
I say he that sat upon the horse was called Faithful and True. And that's how black people talk today. Like your nickname. Christ's name ain't Faithful and True. That ain't on his birth certificate. But it means what it stands for, man. It's faithful and true. It's faithful. Died for blacks. Died for blacks because he loves so much, man. Christ didn't even want to do it no more. So you know what, Lord, if this can pass for me, make it pass, and still complete his mission. Why? Because it's faithful and true, man.
That's right.
His faith did what he said he was going to do. So he that sat up on the horse was called Faithful and True. Keep it in.
And in righteousness.
And in what?
And in righteousness.
We done.
He does judge and make war.
And that's how Christ makes war, man. Don't think when Christ comes back, he's gonna make war like how the white man made war. Christ's gonna make war in righteousness, man.
That's right.
Meaning what? You harm my people, I gotta harm yours, man. You rob from my people, I gotta take back. When a man steals your wallet, that man gotta pay back what was stolen, man. That man got to go to jail. That man got to pay a fine. That's how you make war in righteousness. Not the oppressor though. The oppressor raped black men and used black babies as alligator bait, man. When Christ comes back, he ain't gonna do the same. He's gonna make war in righteousness, man. I mean, they're gonna pay back what they're owed, man. They're gonna pay back what they owed. We did 400 years in slavery. They're gonna do 800 years in slavery, man. Don't tell me that ain't right, man. That's what you call right. That's what you call justice according to the Bible. It's mad because everyone can get justice, but black people, man. Whenever black people talk about justice, we're racist. You know what I mean? The Jewish man is like them old Nazi soldiers. I saw an old Nazi soldier with a gas tank next to him, and they rolled him in jail. Like, yeah, you know what you did 70 years ago. Go to jail, man. But black people, we must forget about ours, man. That's in the past, man. The Jewish man, he's somebody. His heart is a real heartbeat, man. He has feelings. We gotta get justice for him. But black people, you be right, man. Come on, man. Just put some ice on that, man. It's done now. It's done now. Was you in slavery? I love that one. Was you in slavery personally? So what's the problem? Meanwhile, this old Nazi man, you know, we should also in the past, mind you, he must get locked up. Right. We can't get reparations because it's in the past, but the Jewish man can get reparations. Even though he wasn't a Holocaust member himself, he can get reparations. Last time I checked, November 11 was in the past.
Right.
9/11 also was in the past. In fact, 9/11 didn't happen in England, and we're still having a 1 minute silence. 7/7 didn't happen in England, still having a 1 minute. No, sorry, 7/7 did happen in England, Slovakia. 1 minute silence. All these are things that happened in the past, man. But when black people die, forget about it, man. This is Madeleine McCann. What died? Was taken? How many years ago? Must be 20. If Madeleine McCann was a big woman, she shouldn't lie today. She'd be a big woman, man. She must be the 20s. And the government spent so much money trying to find someone that don't want to be found, man. I remember the government had to say, you know, stop now. We've overdone the budget, man. And can you imagine? England's a big country. Can you imagine the amount of black people that die and go missing regularly? And we don't get the millions that a little white baby has, man. She gets all this money, all the resources, all the searching, the biggest search party, man. We don't get that, but she does. Why? Because when black people suffer, we must get over it, man. You're okay. We can't even cry about it. Imagine if you talk about it, you're racist. If you talk about it, you got a chip on your shoulder. Oh, here we go again, man. So what's wrong now then? What's wrong now then? Slavery again? That was ages ago, man. We must forget about the lynchings and killings and getting thrown overboard. What happened to black people? So gruesome, man. It was horrible, man. Do you know so much black people thrown overboard that sharks followed the boat? Stupid sharks with no brain just knew that, you know what, I don't know. I'm not really smart, you know, but food is coming off that boat and followed the boat, man. If a black man was on board and he was sick, they'll throw him overboard because they didn't want him making the other slaves sick. And if everyone's sick, then on the market, they won't sell for much. So there was no way for him to go. So they threw him over in the ice cold Atlantic Ocean, man. And sharks followed the boat. And slavery was 400 years ago. And so much black people died being thrown overboard. We changed the course of nature. They said that sharks still follow that route to this day. And prior to that, sharks never followed that route, man. That's a fact. If you look up on YouTube, I read it on YouTube myself. We changed the whole course of nature. That's how much black people thrown overboard. 99 million black people were thrown overboard, man. didn't even make it to the shores of America, didn't even make it to the shores of the Caribbean or England, and was thrown overboard. And we can't talk about it. We're racist, man. But whenever the Jewish man talk about Hanukkah, listen, show some respect, man. Talking about his thing, man. We talk now. Oh, God, here we go again, man. So that's why we need justice from Christ, man, because we can't get it from you. We can't get it from you, man. We can't even get an apology. We can't get a penny. We can't get nothing, man. So Christ is gonna give us ours. And guess what? Thank God that Christ is gonna give you righteously. Christ, if you better thank God that Christ is nothing like your forefathers, man. Your forefathers were raping little boys, man. Your forefathers was stuffing, like if a man had that diarrhea, they'll stuff him with something in his behind. You know how when people sell a car and they shine the car at night, the car's rubbish, mind you, but they'll spray over the rust and whatnot, so it looks good. Did it to you, black man? Stuffed you, man. So when you was getting sold, you was leaking and the grease looked nice, so you look nice, and you know when you go to I don't go because gay, but you go to what's that auction, man? That's something that people go to, the bodybuilding thing, and they're all cut up. It's all greased up. They're all greased up because when you grease up, you can see the pecs more and the muscles more. They greased up black people, man. So slave master would see a black man greased up and go, yo, he's big, man. He can carry all the timber wood and all the trees and everything. They did to us like we was property, man. And we can't be speaking about it, man. And in fact, yeah, we should shut up because they're giving us a month, which is what, October. So we should shut up, to be honest. Give us a month they give us Black History Month in October, which we have to share with you, mind you. So we should shut up about it. And it was mad because I thought like black people, we from predominantly mixed areas or mixed cities, like black people from Manchester, London, Birmingham, Coventry, where over time white people learn to stomach us. So we think that slavery is over. I didn't think that, but I thought that everybody knew about Black History Month. I really thought everyone knew about Black History Month. And one day I was traveling with Parasha, man. Parasha was lorry driving. And we went to Hull, and no one knew what Black History Month was, man. Went in Tesco, and guess what? Everyone was preparing for Halloween. They were in Birmingham Tesco, you see Sherman McDonald on the wall. You see Linford Christie. In their Tesco, pumpkin, witch, hat. They didn't even know Black History Month. So I thought, hold on, we've been playing. We're in Birmingham thinking, yeah, we come far, man. Look how we got Sherman McDonald in Tesco when the whole world don't even know, man. Just London and Birmingham and Manchester and Coventry. And the rest of the 48 million, which is the predominant, don't even know Black History Month, don't even care about you, man. And we've made it in life. Disgusting. So we've been played. I know back in the day, remember, sorry, I can't even tell you that. But anyway, carry on. Who's reading?
His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
Read that again. On his what?
His eyes were as a flame of fire.
Meaning Christ come back angry? I thought Christ come back to hug everyone and kiss everyone. Christ is vexed, man. How can Christ come back happy? They say that God loves all people, man. Last time I checked, black people are people too, man. And if God loves everybody, then surely he must love black people too, man. And if he loves black people, then he can't be happy with 99 million black people thrown overboard, man. If he loves everybody and loves black people too, then God can't be happy with black babies being made as alligator bait, man. He can't be happy with the death of Mark Duggan, man. He can't be happy with the death of Rashawn Charles. He can't be happy with the Windrush, man. If God loves everybody, keep it in.
And on his head were many crowns.
On his head was many crowns, man. Christ come back, take over this globe, man. He come back, take over this planet. Listen, there's gonna be no more King Charles, man. There's gonna be no more Prime Minister. There's gonna be no more King Jong-un and President Zelensky and President Putin. Christ taking all of it, man. On his head, gonna be many crowns, many rulerships, man. And guess what, black man? Guess what? You don't overcome. What did Christ say? He's gonna make you rule of the nations, man. That's what I mean by Christ, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, man. Meaning, Christ, you're a king, black man. You're going to rule over the nation with a rod of iron, and Christ is your king, making him what? The King of Kings, man. The only king on the face of the earth is going to be black men. The only laws on the face of the earth are going to be black laws, man. And Christ is your king and your Lord, making him the King of Kings and Lords of Lords, man. Keep reading.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
There you go. That's another breakdown in itself. The name talking about his reputation. The name not talking about the name he was given. I mean his reputation, man. Christ got a reputation that no man knows. Everyone thinks that his reputation, that he loves everybody and holds hands and hugs and kisses. They don't know this reputation, man. When Christ come back, they're going to know this reputation. Christ ain't no white man you see on the wall, man. He ain't no white man on a crucifix like this, man. He ain't no white man wearing Roman clothing, which is crazy. Like they say this is Jesus. I'm like, yeah, but Christ was Hebrew. Yeah, I know. Why is he wearing Roman clothing, man? That's what I thought the Romans killed him. I thought Christ was a Jew under oppression by the Romans. And whenever I see the Sistine Chapel, whenever I see, the Last Supper, I've seen a man who's a Jew in Roman clothing, man. It's ridiculous. What they thought black people would never study, man. I guess they thought one day black people would never open this book, man. Black man, you walk under the room and under a king called your house. I thought this is. Rabbi, if you could, get me Isaiah 2. You give me Isaiah 2 in about 3.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come we, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. And,
keep going.
And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
So this is a prophecy of when Yahushua comes back, man. This is a prophecy what's going to happen to all the other nations that preyed upon us. This is what they're going to do in slavery, man. This is their job. You know how you go to a job and you want to know what it details. This is what their job is going to detail in the future. Keep it in.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law.
There you go. Out of Zion is going to go forth the law, man. The law ain't going to come from Parliament no more, man. It's not going to come from Parliament saying it's okay to be gay. It's not going to come from the White House saying it's okay to be gay. The law is going to come from Zion and it's going to say it's not okay to be gay, man. The law is going to come from Zion. It's going to say no more aborting babies, man. So they come from Zion and say no more tattoos, no more crab, shrimp, lobster, man. Everyone must keep the Sabbath day. Everyone must keep Passover. That's where the law's coming from in the future, man. Keep it in.
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
And the word's going to come through Jerusalem. That's going to be the headquarters, man. It ain't going to be 10 down the street no more. It's not going to be, the White House. It's not going to be the House of Parliament. It's not going to be the Pentagon. It's coming from Jerusalem, man. Keep it in.
And he shall judge among the nations.
And the Lord's going to judge amongst the nations, man. All the other nations, you're going to judge them, man. You're going to judge them. You know how, when you go to court and a judge judges you? And let me tell you something. Judging people is not telling them what they're doing wrong. That's not judging. Judge is a punishment, man. When you go to court and they say, you know what? We hereby fine you £100 for, driving with a suspended license. That's a judgment right there, man. Judgment is a punishment. And the Bible goes, the Lord going to judge the nations. Not telling someone what they've done wrong ain't judging, man. It's Michael. Every time we go on the streets and say, listen, it's wrong to be homosexual. Oh, you're judging me. That's not judging, man. That's what telling you that you do something wrong. If I was to judge you, I'll put handcuffs on you, man. If I was to judge you, I'll stone you to death. That's the judgment of a homosexual. I'm not judging nobody. So when the Bible goes, don't judge, else you be judged. It's right. Don't stone nobody. Don't kill nobody. I'm sick of Christians saying, you're out here judging, and the same Bible you read say, don't judge, man. Shut up, man. You don't know what you're on about, man. That's right. Judging means to judge somebody, make someone pay a fine is judgment, man. To put someone to death is a judgment. To confiscate someone's goods, that's a judgment, man. Judgment is a punishment. We don't judge. We tell you what you're doing is wrong. We read the Bible and compare it to your lifestyle and say that's wrong. That is not judging, man. I wish that was judging. Imagine you went to court and the judge goes, you know what? Oh, you're wrong for that red light, man. I wish that, man. I could have kept my points on my license. So lucky I would have to pay no fines. So read that again from the top, verse 4.
And he shall judge among the nations.
You're judging them, man. You're judging them for all the wrongs they've done, all the time they set up shops in black people's neighborhoods, all the drugs they put in our neighborhoods, man. All the time they've used us to fight their battles and then take the top seat for themselves, man. Keep it in.
And shall rebuke many people.
Keep it in.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
There you go, man. And they're gonna clean this whole earth up, and they're gonna take their swords and turn it into what? What's it called? Plowshares.
Cool.
You know what a plowshare is? It's a gardening tool, man. And they get all their swords and they're gonna turn it into gardening instruments, man. No more wars, no more nations. Imagine this. Everybody wants world peace, and this is how you get it, man.
That's right.
You get it by a black man called Jesus Christ taking over and making them make peace, man. You don't have it you don't get world peace by having the UN, by signing contracts, by trying to talk it out. When Christ comes and makes all the other nations stop fighting each other, man. That's how you have it. Keep it in.
And their spears into pruning hooks.
More farming tools. So imagine this, but in the future, a machine gun is gonna spit out seeds, man.
Right.
Shoot nothing about seeds. Imagine in the kingdom of heaven, a tank is gonna be a plow. It's gonna just plow the land, man. A grenade is gonna be used to blow holes in rocks, man, so we can build a motorway. You know how back in the day they use dynamite to blow up mountains and build a motorway. You ever been driving the motorway? You see like mountain on one side. In the kingdom, a grenade's gonna do that, man. In the kingdom, you're gonna load a machine gun up with some seeds, man. Then when you're done with that, we're gonna load it up with some pumpkin seeds. When you're done with that, you're gonna be strawberry seeds, and you're gonna that's what it's gonna be, man. And that's what we're gonna get world peace. Keep it in.
Another one can't. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation.
And that's how you get world peace, man. Not by having negotiations, not by Putin sitting down with Zelensky when your Hawashai comes in, man. Black man, you want world peace and one love. Then guess what? Your Hawashai Christ is gonna have to rule, man. And you're gonna make these nations start fighting. Gonna make them turn the weapons into plowshares, man, and pruning hooks, man. Keep it in.
Another one can't. Neither shall they learn war anymore.
And they're not gonna learn war no more, man. No more carpet bombs, no more whatever they got. Some of these weapons that they have out there is ridiculous, man. Satellite weapons. Imagine they can push a button from their living room, and blow up your whole country. That's come from what? Learning war, man. Sitting down and learning war. They ain't gonna learn war no more, man. They're gonna be take care of these fields right here, man. They're gonna be taking care of these motorways and clean up all these dead bodies. That's gonna be their new job, man. They've done the war thing, it didn't work out. Now they're gonna have to, build our motorways and so forth. And why? We built this. It's only fair, man. Give me Proverbs 29:2. All right, if you could.
Proverbs 29:2.
Come on.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
So break it down for me.
When the people keeping the law, statutes, and commandments are ruling, the people are happy.
There you go. So when righteous people are in authority, ruling, everyone's happy, but is everyone happy now?
No.
Which means what? The people ruling the earth ain't righteous?
That's right.
So even though Joe Biden is a Christian, even though Boris Johnson, the so-called Christian, is meant to be righteous, everyone ain't rejoicing.
That's right.
You can do what you want. It's free. God loves everybody. You can have any religion you want, but no one ain't rejoicing, man. You got the Muslims fighting the Christians. You got, you can be a sexual deviant, go out there, be homosexual. God loves you no matter what, man. Sounds all good, but if it was righteous, there wouldn't be monkeypox, man. That's right. There wouldn't be AIDS and gonorrhea and clap and whatever else God gives them, these sexual demons, man. Right. You can be what you want. God loves you no matter what, man. You got a black man killing people and going to church on Sunday, thinking about what God knows ain't perfect, Everyone ain't rejoicing. The whole earth ain't rejoicing, man. You got countries starving and all types. Imagine this, like I said earlier, like back in there, you chop down one tree, and you burn it, whatever. This oppressor wipes on the whole rainforest. He cleans the whole. I'm about acres and acres and miles of land just gone, just so he can put paper, just so he can sell paper in August. Just so he don't care about the earth, as long as he can make money, and then turn around and blame you. I say, yeah, you got to start using your cars, Your one car, remember, he's going in space. I haven't seen a rocket. A rocket pumps out so much fumes, but your little car's a problem, and you got to change your car as well, because if you don't, we're going to charge this emissions fuel because you're the problem with the earth, and you got to change this. You blame you. You got to start planting trees. But he's the one cleaning up the rainforest. That's the oppressive we do, man. And because of him, the earth ain't rejoicing. The ozone layer is crooked. The earth's polluted. The ozone layer is crooked. Animals are endangered. It's upside down. It's like it, Ariella.
No, it's like what I was going to say. You chop down the rainforest now, just so they can grow flats.
Flats. What else? When you go out to August and it's like boxes and boxes of paper, he got to get paid, man. So therefore, you can't get your oxygen. You can't get clean air because shit's of paper. You know how long it takes one of them trees to grow? For hundreds of years, He just chops it down and then blames you. We gotta plant more trees. He's out there. What's his name? When King Charles and the Queen are traveling through London, they're traveling in convoy, like 4 or 5 cars deep, traveling to all countries. The Queen this weekend went to saw Barack Obama. They're using all the planes, man. They're traveling in the convoys and they blame us poor people, man.
Right.
Us poor people. We gotta pay more now. We gotta pay admission charge. We got to pay emissions charge and this an ultra low emission zone in London and congestion. And they're the problem, man. They oppress us, man. And that's why no one ain't rejoicing. Everyone's mourning. Read that again.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
And clearly the righteous are not in authority, man, because no one's rejoicing, man. Everyone's upset. It don't matter what country you go to, man, no one's rejoicing, man. Keep it in.
Can't. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, and that's what you see today, man. Everyone's mourning. Why? Because the wicked are ruling, man. Everyone's mourning because like the ozone layer's polluted, the water's polluted, the fishes are dying. Everyone abort their babies because you're wicked, man. Ruling and saying it's okay for you to abort your baby, man. Let me tell you something. All of black people's problems are in this Bible. Every last one of it, man. Every last one. Love your brother as you love yourself. Your brother ain't everybody, man. Your brother's your brother, man. Come from the same flesh. If we kept that law, guess what? Black and black crime wouldn't exist, man. You know, drugs wouldn't exist, man. You couldn't sell drugs to another black man. He's your brother, man. But we don't keep that. That's why there's something called black and black crime. There's something called the drug epidemic, man. Because why we don't keep these laws? Honor your mother and your father, man. If we kept that, we'd have shut down all retirement homes, man. And literally, with that law alone, we shut down all care homes, man. The Bible got suffered not a witch to live. A witch is not, according to the Bible, a witch ain't somebody with a hat, man, and a broomstick, man. A witch is a drug dealer, man. Witches make potions. A witch makes a potion so you can explore your mind and go crazy. A drug dealer just does that, man. You get certain roots, certain plants, and mixes it up, man, and sells it to you so that you can explore your mind, man. But back in the day, they had a love potion where you could slip it in a woman's drink and she fall in love with you, man. That doesn't sound like a date rape drug to you. That sounds like a date rape drug to me, man. And if you kept that law, guess what? We would be rejoicing. But we listen to our oppressor who is anti-Christ, man. Everything this Bible stands for, he's against it, man. The Antichrist ain't no boogeyman that's going to come on the scene, man. According to the Bible, the Antichrist is our oppressor. He's anti everything God stands for. God said, what, chastise your children? He goes, nah, man, you touch your children, we call the police, man. What do they call we call the child services on you, man. God said, the day starts at night. He goes, nah, it starts at 12 o'clock, man. God said, night time is when the day starts. Remember, in the Bible, in Genesis, darkness was here first, man. So it's darkness from the new day. He goes, nah, it's when the sun lights up, man. God said it's wrong to be gay. He goes, nah, man, you was born this way, man. You can't choose who you fall in love with. God said don't have tattoos. He goes, nah, it's body art, man. Everything God stands for, he flips it, man. God said don't eat crab, shrimp, lobster. He calls it delicacies, man. God said don't eat pork, but he calls it the other white meat, man. God said don't celebrate Christmas. He said it's for the children, man. Everything God stands for. God said that the man is in charge. He tells a woman, listen, you do take it from the rib off, man. You're meant to be beside him, man. No man can tell you what to do. You always got women's liberation and all them type of things there. That is what you call antichrist, man. If you're waiting for some man to come in the future to be antichrist, then you'll be waiting forever. I don't see no man more antichrist than this man right here, man. You can't get no more antichrist than this man.
That's right.
God said, don't abort your babies. He said, it's your body, man. A woman got the right to choose. You show me, so you're waiting for a man to come in and see in the future more antichrist than him.
Right.
So like, I hope you can beat that. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting, man. You can't get no more antichrist than that. Everything God stands for, this man is against, man. Commandment number 1 said, thou shalt have no other gods before me, man. This man says, what, you got the right freedom of religion, man. Freedom of religion. It's like in the kingdom of heaven, there's gonna be no RE class, man. We gonna learn about no Allah, man. We're not gonna learn about no Vishnu, man. There ain't gonna be no RE class of luck. Yeah, we don't wanna know. It's not gonna happen. In the kingdom of heaven, if you even fix your mouth like you're gonna say Allah, it's gonna be a problem, man.
God.
If you see your mouth fixed a certain way, like you're gonna say Kaaba stone or something, it's gonna be a problem, man. No one ain't more antichrist than this man. Suck it, Alban. Where was you at?
I believe it was
keep it in. Go on.
Can't. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father.
So we like verse against the whole verse against luck, yeah. The Proverbs one.
From 2.
Can't.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And there you go, man. I'd rather that the wicked is ruling, man. I didn't make this up. I know it's hard to understand, you know, we grew around white people, we had white school teachers, and you know, we love them and so forth. But the Bible goes, they're the wicked, man. And when they're in rule, guess what? The people mourn, man. The people mourn. Listen, slack, man. The scripture, let me get it actually. I think it's Job, you know. me see if I can find it. Boom, boom, boom. You give me Job, I think it's 12, 12 and 7.
Book of Job, chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee.
There you go, man. 12 and 7 it was, yeah? This is how you know who the wicked is, man.
And the
wait. Job, what? 12 and 7 it was, yeah? Bear me 2 sets. Job likes to hide sometimes, telling you straight. Yeah, it's off for 6.
Job 12 verse 13.
So Job 12 and about 6.
Come on. But the Job 12 verse 6.
Suck it out, man.
Tabernacles of robbers.
Suck it out, man. I got it. Suck, yeah. Don't worry, though.
The tabernacles of robbers prosper.
And there you go. This is Job speaking about the oppressor, man. So the tabernacles of robbers prosper. I mean, the house of robbers prosper. Prosper means to do good, be prosperous. You think that the oppressor, like, we know robbers, the old Jamaican saying, man, the thieves don't prosper, so like, yeah. But you look at the oppressor and think, what they do? They stole America from the Native American Indians, man. They stole Australia from the Aborigines, and they're doing very well. They're building on America. They're growing on America. They're expanding and taking over more countries. And Job's saying it seems like the house of robbers prosper. They've robbed this, and they ain't been brought down. We know that robbers don't prosper. We know that the Lord takes down robbers, but these robbers, they're prospering. They took America from the Native American Indians, and now they got aircrafts and satellites. They're prospering, doing well for themselves. They're taking away New Zealand and Australia from the Aborigines, and they're prospering, doing well. And Job's saying it seems like robbers are prospering here, man. They're doing good. Keep it in.
And they that provoke God are secure.
And they that provoke God are secure. Like I just said, the oppressor is anti-Christ. God says don't do this. He tells people do it. It's fine. Be a homosexual. God knows your heart. He's provoking God, and he's secure. He ain't dying. Seems like he's doing well for himself. And Joel's seeing this, and Joel's like, raw. The tabernacles of robbers are prospering, and they that provoke God, they know it's wrong to do this, but they tell people to do it anyway. They're secure, man. They ain't dying. They ain't, living life horribly. They're secure. Keep it in.
And they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly.
And he's saying not only are they secure, it's like God's blessing them. It's like God's putting something in their hand in abundance. That's what it seems. Keep it in.
But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee.
But ask the beast, man. You want to know who the wicked and they're living horribly, and you think they're blessed by God. But ask the beast, man, and even the beast tell you that this man's wicked, man. You ask the dodo bird who the wicked is, man, and he can't tell you because he's extinct. There's no more left. But the Dutch went to the island of Mauritius and ate every last dodo bird, man. You ask the buffalo in America. The white man made the buffalo extinct in America, man. We eat buffalo. It's lawful. The white man's killing it for sport. It's killing the buffalo. Ask what ivory come from? Elephant tusk. Just kill them just for the ivory. Ask the beast, man. That's what you call murder, man. They just shoot animals just for the sake of it. You ask the beast, man. Even they will tell you who the devil is, man. You ask the elephant with the one tusk. Ask the elephant with the one tusk who's the devil, and the elephant will speak and say he's the oppressor. You ask him. Imagine that they lock up black people for having dog fights, which is terrible, mind you. Dog fights are terrible. It's awful. You don't treat animals like that. Lock us up having dog fights and lock us up for life. Meanwhile, they go fox hunting, man. Meanwhile, on a Sunday, you can watch rich white people beat the crap out of horses, man, and ride them to death, and rich white people sit down there with their big hats. That's very humane. That's very humane. But when white people do it, it's fine. Lock up black people for selling drugs. Meanwhile, white people sell the biggest killer on the face of the earth, man. It's called cigarettes. It's called nicotine, man.
That's right.
Drugs are so disgusting, and they break up families. We should do, but the cigarettes are just as bad, man. People get the body parts amputated, man, for cigarettes, man. Lung cancer and coughing out blood and wheezing for the same thing, man. But like what Chris Rock said, when it's white, it's all right, man. And because white people sell it, and in fact they tax money off it as well, it's all good. But the Bible will ask the beast, and he will tell you, man. Keep it in.
And the fowls of the air.
Ask the birds of the air, man. Them birds that are falling from the sky because he's polluted the air, man. Ask him. Even they'll tell you, oh, this man's wicked, man. Even they'll tell you, this man's wicked, man. Keep it in.
Can't. And they shall tell thee,
Keep it in.
or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee.
And speak to the earth, man. Speak to the earth that can't grow no more. Did anyone know what GMOs are? GMO seeds. Imagine the oppressor rape the ground so much the ground don't grow nothing no more, man. He has to make genetically modified seeds. Or most of your produce and stuff is made in a lab, man. Why? Because you rape the ground so much. The Bible goes, you meant to use the ground for a certain amount of time and let it rest, man. But he can't make it rest. You know why he can't make it rest? You know why?
So lucky. It's like if I could.
Go on.
You can't lose out on that money, that profit. All this
There you go, man. There you go, man. There you go, Ralban. You can't lose out on no money, man. If he got to make the world rest for 7 years, and if you're gonna sell Tesco all their cabbage, man. If you're gonna sell Sainsbury's all their cabbage, I gotta get my cabbage in, man. That's how the whole mad cow disease thing started, man. They're just feeding meat to cows to get nice and fat, and it made a disease. Why? Because cows don't eat meat, man. Right. Common sense say cows are not designed to eat meat. Have you seen cows' teeth? The teeth are flat, man. They're designed to chew. You know what I mean? The lions got sharp teeth because they're designed to rip into flesh. And this man gave cows meat, man. This man's destroying the earth and don't even know it. And then black people are so destroyed, we think he's doing a good job. We can't see life without him. Be like, no, I really want to rule. I'd rather be under him. He get the answers. He ain't got the answers, man. The answers are right here in his book. Keep it in.
Can't. And the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
And ask the fishes, man. Listen, go to Sainsbury's and open a box of what's called bird's eye cod and ask them, man. They're all gone. Imagine this. It goes to the ocean, yeah. Takes every fish. You know, I saw how to do it. They have a radar, yeah. And the bulk of the fish, clean the ocean out. I seen the biggest net, and they take every single fish, and that fish becomes what? Fish cakes, becomes fish fingers, it becomes battered cod, it ends up in your chip shop, and it fuels every single shop. Imagine in Aston alone, there's like 1,000 supermarkets, man. Imagine Aston, Handsworth, Newtown. Oh God! Imagine in England alone, how much millions supermarkets there are, and they're all full. Full of that fish, and he keeps it going, keeps it flowing, and now there's no fish left. Now there's no shrimp left to clean the ocean. He eats shrimp, and the Bible goes, don't eat shrimp, and now the waters are polluted. Because God made shrimp and crab and catfish to clean the ocean of the impurities, man. It's in there. And now they said that the fish, because of no bottom feeders, the fish are getting diseases. The humans are eating the fish, and then they're getting diseases too, and that's how it is, man. Keep it in.
Who knoweth not in all these that the land of the Lord hath wrought this.
All right, cool. So that's the Bible saying that basically just ask the animals, man. They'll tell you, man. You know, if you can find one, if you can find a what's it called, a dodo. I heard the Dutch ate them all, man. You know what I heard as well? Not even heard this research. The oppressor went to America, started killing the buffalo just for sport, man. And the natives needed the buffalo. They needed it in the winter. It's cold in Chicago. Ice cold, of course. To this day, they call Chicago like the Windy City, and they needed the buffalo for the fur. One buffalo will give you fur, give you meat, will give you fat. They use the fat as wax. The bones that were used to make stuff and so forth. And this man is shooting them dead. They're shooting them, and there's a picture of a white man standing on a mountain of ox posing. That's what they do, and lock up black people for fighting dogs, but then have a moose on the wall. Does that make sense? Like dog fighting is wrong, but look at the moose that was shut down the other day. It didn't eat, shut it down, man. Oh man, this is something else, man. All right, read that again and we move forward. Just real quick, verse 7.
But ask how the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the land of the Lord hath wrought this?
All right, give me man, it's Isaiah, Isaiah 14 and about 7. This is the scripture about Lucifer when he comes down, when he gets taken down one day.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 7. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
So again, this is
Is that Isaiah?
Isaiah 14 talking about how happened.
Isaiah 14 and 7 is the whole earth is at rest.
No, give me verse. Once again.
14 and 7.
It's like I read this.
All right, get off from verse 5.
Isaiah 14 and verse 5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
There goes that wicked again. That same wicked when the wicked rule, the earth mourn. And in the future, we're gonna say what? No. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked, man. Staff is something you lean upon that gives you support. And if I break his staff, you're done. You can't stand up. Right now, the oppressor has his staff. He's strong. And days come when the Lord's gonna break his staff. You have no support. He's not gonna be strong no more. Keep it in.
And the scepter of the rulers.
And he has a scepter of the ruler's stick. A king has a scepter. It's like a staff made out of gold. And the Lord's gonna take that scepter away from me. He ain't gonna rule no more. We done?
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
And this man smote the people in wrath, man. Smote us in wrath. The Bible goes, what? He wore out the saints, which is, again, another topic, but I can prove to you that the saints are us. He wore us out with slavery and drugs and oppression and brainwashing. And this is a continuous stroke. A stroke is a whip. And not just us. He said the people, this oppressor wore out the nations, man. The Aborigines who ate our people, Australia belonged to them, not no more. Because he smoked the people with a stroke. Saudi Arabia, imagine the people in Saudi Arabia was living their life, man. He went over there and killed them too, man. Right. Went over there and set up military bases, occupation. Saddam Hussein was an Arab man minding his own business, not bothering nobody. And they said Saddam Hussein got weapons of mass destruction. And so do you.
Right.
Imagine the man goes, Ariella, we're hearing that you got a gun to defend your family in your house. But yeah, it's my house. And say, we got to come to your country and see if these allegations be true. And Saddam goes, no. Like, he had to come and check my country. You know what I got in my country? No. And then in the media, they flipped story like he's a bad person when he wasn't, man. He was a man who loves his people, looked after his people. You know what I mean? Same with Gaddafi, man. What's his name? Gaddafi. I mean, what they do in their land is none of your business, man. No one. Listen, you had black people in your country for 400 years. No one said Gaddafi didn't say nothing about that. Saddam said nothing about that. Don't act like you're all high and mighty. You've been treating all nations badly for years, man. We hear Saddam is oppressing his people. You don't worry about that, man. I hear that you're oppressing black people. I heard that in your country, the richest country on the face of the earth, you have black people cramming into council estates, man. I heard that you deport the Windrush, who are all black people that built this country, man. I heard you shoot black people dead in the streets in your country. You don't worry about these other countries, man. That's what they do. They go out there and they oppress all nations, man. Not, you know what I mean? That's what he's talking about, the oppressor. They oppress all nations, not just black people, all of them, man. Keep it in.
And he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
And he that rules the nations in anger, this is the man that will come to your country, take your oil, come to your country, take your opium. The time is coming when he's going to be persecuted, man, and no one going to stop it. Hindereth needs to stop. No one going to stop it. We done?
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
And when that happens, the whole earth is going to be at rest, man. Going to be nice and quiet. The whole earth, there's going to be no more fumes in the atmosphere, man. No more bombs being dropped, man. The whole earth is going to be at rest. When this white man comes down, there's going to be no more wars, man. Keep it in.
They break forth into singing.
Read on.
Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee.
Just like what we read. The Bible goes, ask the trees and they shall tell you. When it comes down, so the trees are going to sing, man. The trees are going to be singing. That rainforest that we were talking about, finally, man. No more pain. Finally, someone's going to cut us down in moderation. The Lord made everything for us to have in moderation, man, not him. The Lord made trees to be cut down, man. You meant to cut it down, man. Use it as paper and allow more trees to grow. No, man. He's so greedy. He wants every single tree in the forest, man. He wants all the paper in more and more expansion, go to other countries and cut down more trees and firewood and make it wants all. I've never met some man so greedy in my life. Do you know in B&Q you can buy dirt? Dirt, man. So I can't get head around it. You buy dirt in a bag. This man puts dirt in a fancy bag and sells it to us. How can a man be so greedy, man? It's lucky out here.
So can we take it that these verses are specifically about Esau?
Yeah, I can prove it to you as well. I probably have time now. It's clear Esau. I'm telling you straight. Oh God, one second.
It's not about Ishmael. It's not about Ham.
It's about Edom. It's about Edom. Read from verse 1 straight down. We'll let you know it's about Edom. Talks about the Lord will have mercy on Jacob in the future, and we'll take them captive we were, and how verse 4 says the king of Babylon ceased. And then later on, it talks about how thou fought for heaven, or Lucifer, who made the earth to tremble. We talk about the bombs that he dropped on people. That's what the earth shakes. I made the world like a wilderness. What else did it say about him? And it goes, I was sent up into heaven and above the clouds. That's his space travel and his airplanes.
The reason I asked Adawan Salakia is because in verse 1, I'm familiar with this chapter.
Yeah.
And in verse 1, I thought it was about Esau, but I was never 100% because in verse 1, it talks about the strangers, which is all the nations.
Yeah. So we talk about Esau. So Esau, you read verse 1, it said, no verse, so yeah, and oppressors. And you go down to verse. 1 second. This is the word, and oppressors. Yeah, go to verse 4. Verse 4.
Shall I read it?
Yeah, go on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 4. That thou shalt take up his proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor seized?
So there you go. The king of modern day Babylon. They're gonna say, when you come down and go, how is he seized? I mean, he had his foot on our neck hard. How is he seized? But I can prove it to you probably next week. But if you read through the whole chapter, it talks about who this king of Babylon is, who Lucifer is, and all the attributes. Let me get one. It says, so I will be like the Most High. I will go to the clouds, which is what plane travel. I set my throne in heaven, which is what space travel. He said, they that see this shall now really look upon you. So in the future, people look upon him. I say, he made the king, he made the earth to shake.
21. That's talking about the
same man,
riders in slavery, but the Hamites did as well.
No, the same man who made the earth to shake, dropped bombs on people. 1 second. I'll bring it out next week, but I can definitely prove it's not a problem. One of my favorite breakdowns, man. So, I'll definitely do it for you. If you're here next week.
No,
oh man, it's online, man. From your little hot shed, from the beach. You guys to watch it from the beach. Just, you got Wi-Fi on the beach, yeah? You got Wi-Fi on the beach?
Well, I have Wi-Fi. I'm going to buy a Labara, a Lycra chip, international chip.
Yeah, man. You just make sure you watch with your sunglasses on, man. I'm joking. Yeah, it's like what verse right now? Oh, smack time. We got to wrap up, But give me one real quick. Give me verse 8.
Come on, verse 8. Hey, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon sing. Since thou art laid down, no fella is come up against thee.
And they go, since thou art laid down, means since thou out the picture, right. No fella had chopped us down, man. No more lumberjacks, no more fancy machines that wipe out the whole rainforest, no more fancy machines that rape every single fish in the ocean, no more fancy machine that takes all the gravel and all the soil and digs big, isn't it? He digs like a drill, but you see the drill, like this big. And it drills right into the ground, takes all the oil out, man. There are pipelines that suck up every drop of oil, man. All the petrol that you get in BP. He don't come with a bucket, and give it to BP. They come with truckloads and truckloads that go all throughout the UK, man. Just rubbing the earth, man. But that's the class anyway. It's lucky. For everyone in the class. For Alban, I'll give it to hand up to Priest and Prophet, Arviela, Officer 50. Come on.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has any interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 and 10, means 1/10 in the Hebrew, Ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Feast of Dedication, 17th December.
A reminder, coming up, to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, scarf,